Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the Muscle Car Podcast. I'm really glad you're here tonight. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to make a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from. If you have a muscle car, perhaps let me know what that car is. If you don't have a muscle car, let me know what your favorite muscle car is right there in the comments so that I can see that everything is working properly. In fact, let's go into the comments now. Here we go. Our good friend Alaska Railroad is on tonight. Thank you so much for coming on. Very much appreciate that. So it sounds like everything is working properly. Let's get right into the program, shall we? Oh, let me remove that comment. There we go. Okay. So pardon me. The first video clip we're going to view tonight comes from the Dream Goat Inc. YouTube channel. This is some footage of a 1970 Pontiac Judge GTO. Let me get that queued up here and we're going to take a look. So yeah, thank you so much to the Dream Goat Inc. YouTube channel for that footage. Yeah, you just gotta love a GTO. Who doesn't love a GTO? I know they're one of my favorites, and I think the 64 or 65 GTO is what got the ball started with the whole muscle car phenomenon. In fact, I've got our good friend Rob Hilditch. Going to bring him on and see if he knows anything more about it. How you doing,
Hi,
Rob?
Mike. I'm doing good, Mike. I just caught part of that car.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I like the detail he did for like with the trunk and stuff like that. That's what makes the car. And the guy does his own personal extras to it.
Yeah, for sure. That was a fancy trunk. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you see those from time to time at shows, the GTOs or judges?
Oh, I live in Chevrolet territory, so
Nice. So pretty common at the shows you're going to.
yes, yes.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. The
Do you have?
biggest General Motors plant they ever built is only 10 miles from my house.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Wow, wow, right there in Ontario,
Yes.
Ontario, Canada.
Yep.
Very cool. Now, how's the audio, Rob? Can you hear me okay?
You're breaking off and coming back on a lot.
Okay, because I hear a little bit of an echo. Hopefully it'll sort itself out. But well, cool. So I'm going to get right into the announcement section. Let's take a look at the menu here of where we are in the podcast. I don't have any new announcements, but I'm going to get into the trading post segment, and it'll just take me a second to get that lined up. I've got a couple of Facebook groups where people can view and post. Oops, I'm sorry. I hear an echo of my own voice while I'm talking, and it's distracting me. And I'm also trying to pull up the screen here with the trading post. Okay, here we go. We're getting somewhere. Okay, so you can see here the screen. We're in a trading post the trading post segment of the podcast. Now, this is a Facebook group that I have. It's got almost 14 fans. This Facebook group is growing by almost 1,000 new fans a week, which is very impressive and exciting. Let's take a look and see if there are any interesting muscle cars that have been posted in here recently. Now, this is an exotic car and muscle car group, so we're going to see exotics in here as well. But see if we can find a muscle car. All right, here we go. We've got a brand new Dodge Challenger. This is an SRT. Let's take a look at some of these shots. It's got that shaker hood. And the Hemi, of course. And we'll just take a look at a couple more real quick. Now, here's a 2008 Dodge Viper. 23,000 miles.
Wow.
You like Vipers, Rob?
That's pretty low miles for a car.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, it looks nice under that hood. So that's just a quick sampling of some of the cars that are available at this Facebook group, and I encourage you to click the link in the description and post some muscle cars or exotic cars of your own. As you can see here, we're kind of scrolling through. Now, before we switch gears, I've got a couple more things I'm going to show you. Let's pull up another Facebook group that I do. Now, this one's a little bit different from the one we were just looking at. This is, here it is. This is called Wheels, Keels, and Snowmobiles. So anything with a motor is fair game on this Facebook group. So if you have a boat or truck, or motorcycles, snowmobiles, ATVs, a Jeep Wrangler like the one we see here. But people are also posting muscle cars in here. Someone's got a Kia in here. So here's a Dodge Challenger, brand new, only 333 miles. And there's a link to both of these groups in the description. So I encourage you to click these links and view and post all you like in these groups. All I ask is that you adhere to the theme of the group. The one we were just looking at was exotic cars and muscle cars. This one is anything with a motor. So just about anything with a motor is fair game in here.
So people can list parts on there too, Mike?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Parts for sale and wanted. Here's a boat. In fact, the other thing I was going to mention to you, Rob, I know you're going to a motorcycle show this weekend,
Yes.
If you feel like going live from that motorcycle show with your smartphone, you're more than welcome to do so. And I encourage anyone else that's going to car shows, snowmobile shows, motorcycle shows, boat shows. This Wheels, Keels, and Snowmobiles Facebook group is fair game if you want to go live in there.
Okay.
So I encourage you to do that. The only thing you have to do is kind of post in there first. Once I've seen your post, I'll pre-approve you so you can post in there and do videos whenever you want from that point forward.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah. And then let's I'm going to look at one more. Now, this is a newer Facebook group, and we're going to get back into some videos here in a moment. But this is a newer group that I've been doing. It's still kind of getting some traction. This one is muscle cars exclusively. It doesn't have a lot of activity yet, but I'm hoping that you guys will see this and decide to change that and post some muscle cars in there. Someone's got some humor in there. Okay, here we go. Here's a 2015 Mustang GT. And like I said, this one is muscle cars exclusively. And there's links to in the description to all three of these Facebook groups. Here's a really sweet, I think it's a Shelby. Yeah, look at that. That is a sharp Mustang. Are those carbon fiber wheels or something?
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. So that that concludes the trading post section. But I just wanted to make everyone aware that we have places aplenty for people to post, to view and post muscle cars and other types of vehicles as well. I'm just trying to get back to the to where I was here. And you're hanging out right now. In case you're just joining us, you're hanging out with Rob and Mike. You're on the Muscle Car Show and Tell podcast. And by show and tell, I mean this is a place where people share videos, and it's a place where we can all enjoy them. And we'll be looking at some more videos here in just a moment. So I want to check some comments real quick. We've got our good friend Alaska Railroad from Wisconsin. He says he's got a 1980 Monte Carlo. And I hope that maybe you'll take a cell phone video of that Monte Carlo at some point so we can all enjoy it. All I ask, if anyone's taking videos of their cars, is just hold the camera horizontal like this for a wide shot. Don't be doing horizontal like that. It's very difficult for me to work with that in editing. But if you're able to do a walk around video of your car, send it on over to me. We'll share it here on the podcast for everyone to enjoy. Likewise, pardon me. Likewise, if you're going to car shows, cruise nights, any sort of muscle car events or events where there are muscle cars featured, please whip out your smartphone, take some footage, and share it with us. It doesn't matter if it's rough around the edges. I can fix that in editing. I can put some music under it. I can edit out any parts that are a little awkward, and just share some footage with us. We would love to see it. Now, Alaska Railroad is also saying his favorite muscle cars were a 1980 Chevelle SS with the LS6 engine, as well as a 1968 Camaro RS, the SS convertible. Also, Alaska Railroad is saying hello to Rob.
Hi, Alaska Railway.
Cool deal.
Those cars go quite high at the Barrett Jackson auction.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And anyone who watches our Vintage Snowmobile podcast will recognize Rob because Rob is a regular on there, as is Alaska Railroad. So we've got a lot of friends who are coming over here from the Vintage Snowmobile podcast, which is really nice to see. Speaking of which, our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler from Platkill, New York are here. They're also regular viewers of the Vintage Snowmobile podcast, and I thank them so much for coming over to join us on this podcast. And Alaska Railroad's saying he's going to send me some photos of his Monte Carlo. So wonderful. We thank you for that, and we will look forward to seeing that.
Yep.
So let's switch gears, get back into some videos here. We're going to look at a 1973 Plymouth Roadrunner, and this car is for sale by B&B Auto Sales in Brookings.
A lot of static.
Brookings. Yeah, I'm hearing that too. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I hope that goes away. But let's take a look at this video and see if the audio straightens itself out.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales. Today I'm going to show you our 73 Plymouth Roadrunner. Nice car, an Arizona car, so nice, dry, clean car. From what the guy that I got it from told me is about 10 years or so. It was repainted and the restoration was started. Never got finished. I don't know if the guy died or if he just got tired on it. Nice job on the paint. So this guy was finishing up. We got a little bit of stuff left to do on it, but nothing major, just some minor stuff. Speedometer cable isn't working. It was about the biggest thing that I know of. You can see the paint's pretty good quality with the shine there. You can see them trees. You know, I seen a couple little chips and scratches when I was washing it, but not very many. Nice straight car. Doesn't appear to have any large numbers of Bondo in it. There, the tag on the door. All looks good. Interior's in nice shape. I believe it's new interior. Buckets and console. Has the build sheet, so it's factory bucket console car. Got the remote mirror. Looks like new carpet probably in it. Dash must be cracked. Yep, dash is cracked, which all Arizona cars are. So I've got the beep beep steering wheel. Doors shut nice. Got Krager wheels, new tires. Probably the worst spot I seen on the paint is right in here. They must, I don't know if they had to do some type of blend or if something, you can see a little bit of hazing here. Maybe you can see that in the video. It's not a huge deal, but that's about the biggest issue I've seen. I'm gonna try to buff it and see if some of that goes away. Like I said, nice straight car. You can see my reflection in the video, so you can see that it's pretty good quality paint job. Like I said, a couple minor scratches here and there, but very minor. It drives great. If you see the video of me driving it, you can see how nice it goes down the road and stuff. So if you're looking for a nice driver quality, I mean, you can show this car. There's not a lot of road runners this ages, so you'll definitely get some comments on it. And they are one of the best investments right now. They're going up fast, so they're good buys right now before they hit the next level where the first generation road runners are. So any questions, give me a call, 605-695-7391.
Yeah, gotta love those road runners. Do you like those, Rob?
Oh, I go to Mopar Nationals every year.
Nice. Down in Carlisle?
New Hamburg, one in Ontario.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Perfect. Now, would you say you're a Mopar guy, or do you like all the brands, or do you have a favorite?
I'm a Chevy guy, but I do like the design of the Mopars back then, especially the ones when they came out with the big wings and no one else did that.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah, Mopar built some really nice muscle cars.
Yeah. And speaking of that Roadrunner, that to me that front end is just a really smart looking front end. I like to look at that.
Yes.
Just a nice smart design. Now we've got another comment that's come in. Let's take a look at that real quick. Here we go. We've got Chris at Fireboard Nation saying hello. Cool deal. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Chris. Now, Chris, we have to mention, has just joined us in the AMSOIL experience. I've joined AMSOIL under Rob, and Chris has joined AMSOIL under me.
How you doing, Chris?
Yeah, so we are the podcast team, the three of us, and hoping that you will consider joining us. We're going to have a little more on that later, but one of the things that Rob has talked about in the past is he likes to go to different types of car events, motorcycle events, boat shows, snowmobile shows, and he just walks around with his AMSOIL hat on and like an AMSOIL shirt like he's wearing now, and he says people approach him asking, how can I buy AMSOIL? So if you're thinking about if you enjoy these types of shows, car shows, boat shows, snowmobile shows, and want to turn that into an income opportunity, Rob can help you to monetize that and help explain to you how he does that when he goes to these shows. Do you want to comment on that at all, Rob?
And it's a fun type of business. Yeah, especially when you're having fun and making money, it's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the biggest problem with AMSOIL, people don't know where to buy it. People know the benefits, how well it works, and they got their friends use it and stuff like that, and they don't know where to buy it themselves. So that's where I come in. I say, hey, you can become a preferred customer yourself and buy it directly from AMSOIL.
That's amazing. So when they see you walking around with the AMSOIL hat and the shirt, they stop and they'll ask you about it.
Yes. They ask me where I bought it from.
Nice. That's cool. So yeah, that's a great way to turn a hobby of going to these types of shows into an income opportunity. And we'll have more on that later, but I just think that's the greatest thing, that if people like us who enjoy anything with a motor and go into these types of events, it's just a no-brainer to join AMSOIL, get yourself a hat and a shirt and walk around and have some business cards and turn that into an income opportunity.
Yes. Yes.
Well, cool. So let's go into the
unlimited places I can approach. Not just cars. There's boating. There's I like going to the stock car tracks once in a while too.
Nice. And you're involved with the motorcycle show this weekend, I believe, right?
Yes. You guys have Sturgis down the States. In Canada, we have Friday the 13th, but it's a one-day thing where 50,000 people show up in a little town and take over the town for one day.
That's amazing. 50,000 people.
Get there Thursday to get my trailer in because there's no vehicles allowed in town on Friday. Just motorcycles.
That's amazing. So that'll keep you busy over the weekend and hopefully be a good business opportunity for you to be able to monetize that experience.
Yeah, it'll be a great show.
Wonderful. That is cool. That's cool. So if you're curious about that, if you like these types of events and you're thinking about maybe a way to monetize that, so you, at the very least, can pay for what it costs to go there, be in touch with me and I'll put you in touch with Rob and he can explain the different types of business models of how you can do AMSOIL like that. And the other thing I bring to the table if you sign up under me is you not only get Rob, you get me. I've got a lot of background in social media. And all of a sudden my headphones are getting loud. So I get a lot of background in social media, and I can coach you on how to use Facebook and YouTube to generate AMSOIL leads. So between Rob and I, we bring a lot to the table as far as coaching you and getting you up to speed in your AMSOIL business and just getting you started with that, getting it off on the right foot. I think that's what I'm trying to say. But let's take a look here. What's next on the podcast? Speaking of huge shows, Carlisle, PA. Has anyone ever been to a show in Carlisle, PA? They have some huge shows down there. We're going to look at some footage right now from the GM National Show, and this footage comes from the Unwrecked YouTube channel. Let me cue that up, and we're going to take a look right now. Yeah, so that footage comes from the Unwrecked YouTube channel. So amazing GM cars at that Carlisle show. Any of those jump out at you, Rob?
I knew Kyle every weekend does a different theme. They have a Chevy, they have a Corvette, they have a Ford weekend, a Mustang weekend, all that kind of stuff. But I didn't know that it's also a car show. I thought it was just a big flea market.
Yeah, I've never been, but from what I understand, it's a little bit of everything. They've got auctions there, and like you said, a theme every week. You know, Mopar, Chevy, Ford.
Yes.
And I really need to get down there and check that out. One of these days, I've got to check that out. It looks just like a massive footprint that occupies, and they're just real busy.
Yeah. I didn't know it was really a car show too. The cars were on display.
Yeah.
I thought
And I'd like to encourage anyone who's viewing this, if you're planning to go to any of these Carlisle events, please go with your cell phone. Hold it horizontal like this for a wide shot. Get some footage for us and we'll share it here on the podcast for everyone to enjoy. If you enjoyed that sequence that we just looked at. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Rob.
That's gone down there before. They've had a sandwich sign made saying looking for this part because there's so many parts you can't look at every table, they said. So people would yell at them, hey, I got that part over here.
Nice. Let them approach you. That's cool. That's cool. Well, let's take a few more comments here. Our audio is not very good tonight, and I apologize for that. I'm not sure what's causing that, but we're going to try to continue with the show. Now, Stacy and Art Fosler saying he was there 2 weeks ago for the spring opening show in Carlisle. That is really cool, Art. I'd love to hear more details about that. And should you go there again, Art, I'd love it if you could get some footage for us. Now, Alaska Railroad says the GM show, that's his kind of show. And being the owner of Monte Carlo, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Cool deal. And he loves that 59 or 60 Impala, one of his dream cars. For sure. And I'll tell you what I enjoyed seeing. I enjoyed all the usual stuff, the Camaros, the Corvettes, the Trans Ams and all of that. But they had some hopped up Vegas and Monzas, and you just don't see those out on the road anymore. It's pretty rare to see those, so it's pretty cool to see those. They had a gray one there that looked like it was really hopped up, and it looked pretty cool. So we're going to continue on with the program. We're going to have some more videos here in a moment, but before we do, we've got some quick shout outs to get out of the way. So this will take about a minute. We'll catch you on the other side. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. So yeah, I'd like to thank all of the people who were in that shout out segment because those are the people that make this podcast possible. That's how we pay the bills with this. And if you have a business that caters to the interests of muscle car enthusiasts, we can have a banner in there for you as well in the shout outs. Also notice at the top of the screen, we've got the rotating banner. We can have a banner up there for you in that rotation. And we can also come up with something more robust, maybe even a 30 or 60 second spot, a standalone spot, an advertisement for your product or service. There's a link in the description. If you're curious about advertising, just click the link and I'll be in touch with you. We'll explain the different rates for the different packages, show you some examples, and see if we can't get you here on the Muscle Car Podcast Experience to join us. And we'll do our best to give you as much exposure and visibility as we possibly can. So, what is next here on the podcast? We've got we're on item number 5 here on the menu. Grumpy's Hot Rods is a car show that happens in Yuma, California. And this is some footage that was sent to us by the Corvette channel. This is a channel on YouTube. Let's cue this up and look at Grumpy's Car Show. The cool, interesting thing about this is none of them look grumpy. It's just the name of the show.
Today we are at Grumpy's Hot Rods here in Yuba City, California. We're doing a small little car show here to help benefit the firefighters here in Yuba City.
Yeah, thank you so much to the Corvette channel for that cool footage from Grumpy's Hot Rods Car Show in Yuma, California. Did you see any grumpy people over there, Rob?
No.
I mean,
if you own a car like that, you would be very grumpy.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of Corvettes, I like that burgundy Corvette with the neon lights underneath it. That was kind of neat.
Wow. Yes. Yes.
Especially at dusk,
nice
you know. Especially at dusk, you know, with the low light, you know, it's a cool look. But we do have some more comments coming in. Now, Stacy and Art Fosler said he had a factory V8 Monsanto, and then he corrected that and said a Monza. So very cool. So we do have someone who used to own a Monza watching the program tonight. Very cool. Yeah, I remember seeing though. I mean, they weren't really muscle cars, the Vegas and the Monzas, but they were kind of like muscle car light in what, late 70s, early 80s. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Sure.
I used to see a lot of them at the drag strips.
Oh yeah, they set them up for drag racing. Yeah, I remember. I've seen it in magazines. I've never seen them in person. But you know that you mentioned, I've seen those in magazines. For sure. Well, cool. So let's see what we've got next here on the menu. We are on item number 6, Mopar Sunday Night. This is some footage from the Candyman YouTube channel. Let's take a look at his footage. Right here.
What's up, guys? We got a little video tonight of the local group taking a ride and meeting up, so I'm going to video us as we're rolling down and at the parking lot. So check out some of these cool cars, guys. There's all kinds of them over here. Stay tuned.
Yeah, thank you so much to the Candyman YouTube channel for that really cool footage. He has an excellent YouTube channel. There are links to all of these YouTube channels in the description. So if you like some of these video clips that you reviewed tonight, they're just a click away if you want to see some more of that from each of these channels. Did you see anything, Rob, in there that you liked?
Oh, did the police really have the cars like that?
Good question. How do you like? What's your take on the modern Challengers and Chargers? Do you like their interpretation of what they're doing with that?
Oh, I think they did a fantastic job coming back with that car.
Yeah, especially the Challenger.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I really like that too. Yeah, if I had a little money laying around, I'd buy a modern Challenger.
Yeah, where else can you buy a performance car like that?
Yeah, it's true. And the value for the dollar, it's a lot of value for what you're getting.
Oh, and they hold their value too.
Yeah, for sure. Now we've got a comment that's come in. Here we go. Art Fosler says in 1975, he had a 265 V8 4-speed. And I think he's talking about that Monza.
Oh, okay.
Very cool. Very cool. And I know Art has mentioned he's got, I think it's a Chevelle that he's got, and he's been promising to do some video footage of that Chevelle for us to share on the podcast. And yeah, I can't wait to see that, Art. Love to have that on the podcast sometime. Now let's see. We are on item number 7. We're about to look at a Chevy Camaro, 1969. This car is for sale by our friends at MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Let's take a look at this Camaro.
Hi everybody, Earl here, coming to you from MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois, mgmclassiccars.com. Check it out. 69 Chevy Camaro Yanko clone car. Freshly done with a 454 with less than 1,500 miles on it and a TH400 transmission. It's got a 9-inch rear end, front disc brakes, set up really, really nice. It's got 17-inch Riddlers on the front and 18s on the back. Let's check this baby out. Red and ready. Great iconic stance. Just shows super well. Paint's in real good shape. Real straight lines. Fresh tires. A street beast. Really has a good shine to it. All right, let's get up and personal on this baby. Front bumper, good shape. Grill, lights, all working. Wipers are working. Turn signals are working. Lines up really good. Maybe a little off here, but that's it. But not bad. Let me get off and I'll show you. Front glass is good. Wipers are working. The chrome around there is good. Roof line is too. Sport chrome mirrors. Front fender's in good shape. I don't see any flaws in it. Front discs with your Riddler wheel. Tires are in real good shape. Fresh. Your door defender lines up well. All the way down. Quarter to door lines up well. Your glass is in good shape on the driver's side. Rear quarter, good shape. I don't see any flaws. No chips that I could pick out. Rear chrome bumper's in good shape. All your lights are intact. Trunk lines up the way it should. Rear window's got a few tiny little surface scratches, but it's in good shape. Passenger quarter's good. Lines up well with the door. Lines up good on the bottom. Front door defender lines up well. It's got a chrome mirror. No flaws in the paint that I could find. Let me get down, I'll show you. Got a great stance. I'll get on the other side and show you as well. Nice. Check out this back seat's in good shape, as well as the rear deck. Heater delete and radio delete. Sun visors are intact. Interior's in really good shape. $73,703 miles on the odometer. Your dash pad is great. Aftermarket gauges working.
So yeah, if you're curious about that Yanko Edition Camaro, just reach out to our friends at MGM Classic Cars. Their phone number and a link to their web address is right in the description of this video. So if you're curious about that, just reach out to them. What do you think of that, Rob?
That's a pretty rare car. Holy smokes.
It sure is. Not many of those Yankos out there.
No.
And it's sweet condition too. It's just the stance and everything and the color. It really pops.
I wish he would have popped the hood for us.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that. Actually, if you'd like to see that very thing, he does that. He's got a more detailed video on the website. So if you wanted to see the engine, hear the engine, that sort of thing, just visit their website. The link's in the description. Find that car, and you'll see a much more detailed look at that car.
Not very often you see any Yanko cars for sale at all.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, cool. We're going to do some shout outs one more time. And keep in mind, if you've got a business that caters to the interests of muscle car enthusiasts, we could get your business on these shout outs, as well as on the rotating banner at the top of the screen. We can also do a 30 or 60-second standalone commercial for you on here. There's a lot of things we can do to promote your business if you're in the muscle car space. Let's do these shout outs, and we'll catch you on the other side with another video. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. And we are back. Now, before we look at this next video, we've got a comment that's come in. Let's take a look. Yes, Alaska Railroad says that Camaro has his eyes in tears. Absolutely. Totally understand.
If he buys it, I'll come for a ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you end up buying that, do a video for us. We'll feature it on the podcast. We'd all love to take a closer look and maybe go for a virtual ride with you. If you take the camera in the car, you can take us all for a virtual ride. Now, this next video is a video that I took last April, in Littleton, New Hampshire, the New Hampshire Muscle Car Club. You saw them on the shout-outs there. They get the largest muscle car club in all of New England, and their season opener was last April in Littleton, New Hampshire, and I went over there and I was walking around live, doing some live footage on Facebook and YouTube, and I see this Ford Torino there, and I'm looking at it, walking around, checking it out, and then I see this guy sitting next to it, and I'm thinking, God, that guy looks familiar. He looks like a guy I see at a lot of the vintage snowmobile shows. So I'm thinking, well, what the hell? He's not going to punch me if I ask him if he's that guy, right? So I said, are you the guy I know from the vintage snowmobile shows? And it turns out he was. So that worked out really well. And to take the story even further, it turns out he lives just down the road from Littleton, next town over in Bethlehem, New Hampshire. And he does a cruise night every other Thursday night, all through the summer months. And he's involved with the Above the Notch Car Club. He's on. It's time. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button. He's the owner of Beach Hill Automotive. He's also the president of the Above the Notch Car Club, and he's just a very active guy. Really cool guy. Yeah, he's become a good friend here over the last year, and we're planning to do some more collaborating over the summer as he starts doing those cruise nights again. And we'll have some footage from those as well. But let's take a look. You'll see where I run into him and ask him if that's the guy I recognize from the vintage snowmobile shows. Let's take a look. Like this Torino, Starsky and Hutch live on. Gotta love it. This is nice. This is nice. It's Torino.
Hey, Daddy, how are you? How are you? Good. Yeah. No. Very always nice. There's a couple of them. These guys were saying, you put tires in on the side.
That's the spirit right there. Is this yours? Nice. I'm live on Facebook and YouTube right now. Do you feel like talking it up? No, that's all right. No worries. Sweet ride, though. What year is it? Nice. That's really nice. I like that shifter. Good. Do I recognize you from snowmobile shows? Yes. Phil, right? Yep. Yeah, good to see you, man. See you. Oh, you look familiar. I'm thinking, I was standing here thinking, that couldn't be him. No, maybe it is him. Maybe it's not him. Good deal. Nice to see you. Good to see you. Now, have you got a car here today? Oh, this is yours? Yeah. Sweet. That is nice. You like talking it up? Just like we do with the snowmobiles? Yeah, we do like talking. It's deja vu all over again, isn't it? That's cool, man. Cool, yeah, did you know my name is? And yeah, cool deal.
Hi, I'm Phil Bell. This is my 1972 Gran Torino Sport. This car is all original paint. I bought it out of Oil City, Pennsylvania, off eBay. It was on a Sunday night. I bid on it. Got it on Monday.
Wow.
My son ratted me out to my wife. Quite a scene.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a 351 Cleveland, 4-speed car.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead.
Has a bench seat.
That's a snuggle with your honey seat.
It's rare that these cars, a lot of these came through with the bench seat 4-speed for some reason, instead of the buckets in the console. But I had one just like this in college.
Oh, really?
I wanted another one.
Nice. Deja vu all over again.
Yeah, well, the movie came out in around 2001 with Clint Eastwood, Gran Torino.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in my chair one morning, and the trailer came on the TV showing about first few clips. They didn't show the car. Like the next week, you saw the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, that's my car. Because my original one rested away.
Yeah.
We drove it year round. And then I actively started looking for one.
Yeah.
And this one popped up on a Sunday night. And the car, the original inspection sticker still on here from 1980, 81.
Oh, really?
So,
okay. This caught my eye, though, too. This is nice. That's cool. But go ahead.
The guy that owned this car passed away.
Yeah.
Raised ranch house, garage underneath the house. The car was underneath that garage. The widow asked the neighbor to pull it out.
Yeah.
So he pulled it out, got it running, and put it on eBay. And I was like, it was instantaneous. And he had to make an offer or buy it now. So I made an offer.
Yeah.
I was like $1,000 less than what they wanted. And when I got home from work, my son says, "Let's go check the computer." I turned it on. It says, "Congratulations, you have won.
Yeah.
Pay now."
Nice.
And my son runs to tell my wife. I said, "Oh boy." So yeah, made a plan to. I sent him $1,000 on PayPal.
Yeah.
And he took the truck and trailer and drove all the way across Pennsylvania.
Wow.
My wife said, "What are you gonna do if it's a piece of crap? Turn around, right back."
Yeah.
The car was beautiful.
Wow. And this is as you found it?
Yep.
Wow.
Original paint, original stripes, original wheels.
Nice. Now, is this the same year as the one they had on Starsky and Hutch? It looks pretty similar.
75.
75, okay.
73 was the last fastback.
Okay.
75, they went from the corner roof from Nashville.
Yeah.
That one had a 429 Starsky and Hutch.
Yeah.
It's red and white. That's a very popular car still today.
Yeah.
Covetous.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
One red with stripe.
Yeah.
I wanted a 72 because that's what I had in school.
Sure.
And it's a 1 year only nose on these. The 73, the government came out with the 5-mile-an-hour bumpers.
Yes, yeah.
So everything changed to 73.
Sure.
It's rare to find the front end. They're out there. They made a lot of changes.
Sure.
They made station wagons, materials, everything.
Nice.
The sports. These are the last gasp for performance for Ford.
Sure.
It's a 4-barrel, big horsepower motor.
Yeah. And things were starting to change by the mid-70s with the downsizing and
Regulations.
yeah.
Prices rising.
Sure.
So I had one that wasn't cool when I was a kid. Everybody said it's a big boat.
Sure.
Now they're cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
I wanted to find another one. I was very lucky to find one, especially one that had no miles.
How many miles does it have?
It had 13.5 when I pulled it out. But probably got less than 20.
Yeah. Sweet.
I drive it around. One's real good.
Nice. That's cool. That's cool. You're into cars and snowmobiles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Anything with a motor, basically, huh? Same here. Yeah. What'd you think of that, Rob?
Anything with the motor, I like that, Mike.
Yeah.
That's a rare find. Wow.
Yeah, that's a sweet Torino.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I'm sorry, what?
That was in great shape too.
Yeah. Yeah, low miles, great shape.
What was the car parked beside it?
That was an Avante.
Avante.
A Studebaker Avante. I've got an interview with that guy too. We'll have to put that on a future episode. Yeah, that's an odd car. I don't really know a lot about those. They're kind of odd looking, but apparently they got quite a following.
Oh, okay.
And a huge V8 in there.
Didn't look familiar at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to put it on here in a coming episode and make sure that you're on to see it.
Good, good.
But yeah, we've come to that time where it's time to close out the program. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wind it down?
Oh, car shows are coming soon.
Absolutely, we're getting into that season.
I think we got about 2 more weeks, and then we got cruises happening. And
nice.
I got a big automotive flea market coming up soon, so I'll get some video from that for you.
Yeah, by all means, I appreciate that. And yeah, consider going live on one of those Facebook groups that we talked about.
Okay, we'll do that.
And likewise for anyone else viewing, if you're going to car shows, cruise nights, any sort of car events that feature muscle cars, please take your cell phone, hold it like this, and get some footage for us. Either go live on one of those Facebook groups that we talked about. There are links in the description to get there, or just take some raw footage with your cell phone and send it to me, and I can edit it together and put some music under it, make a nice little presentation that we can all enjoy. And the big thing, though, of course, is to hold your camera horizontal like this for a wide shot. It's very difficult to edit vertical footage. I know that it feels natural in the hand to hold a cell phone like this when you're doing video, but it's very difficult to edit that. Because as you're looking at the screen, you see it's a big, wide, horizontal screen. So it's difficult to edit around that. There are creative ways to get around it, but it doesn't look as good. We've got another comment come in. Here we go. Alaska Railroad says, thank you to Mike and Rob. Catch up with us next week, and we will look forward to that. Thank you so much for your support on this. And we're going to give the last word to AMSOIL. If you like what you see in this little presentation you're about to view, there are links in the description for everything that we're talking about in that video. And yeah, thank you, Rob, so much for coming on tonight. Appreciate it.
You have a good night. We'll see you next week, Mike.
Sounds good. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves them money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear loop? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, it's the benefit of the small engine. Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, or sorry, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters "free DVD requests" so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.